Okay, guys, it's June 10th, Friday. It's about 1:30 in the morning. We got some parts in today. I worked, so this was the time I had. So this is what we got. We got the Felt F90. So what have we done? We've got new tires on it. These are Continental Ultra Sport 700 by 25, and they fit in pretty good. They are on a very narrow rim. Replace the cassette with a brand new cassette. It is only an 8-speed, so it's an 1128. Have a new saddle on it. It's called a Kutu, some Chinese brand saddle. But you know what? It just looks perfect on it. A zip top tube bag. You guys all know I'm hiding that dent on the top tube, which isn't horrible, but I just wish it wasn't there. Bike is shifting beautifully. Uses these ugly little brake attachments that I have to take off. It's an old Sora equipped index shifting. So this is a 2006. I covered all the scratches up with some red acrylic paints. They worked out really, really well. Overall, the bike just looks really, really sharp. Okay, guys, the tires, tubes came in for the Cannondale as well. So the Cannondales has some 27 by 1 1/4 tires, simply because that was the size of the rim. These rims were so nice still and so smooth, I decided not to convert to a 700C, even though the inner tubes are 700C. But I did order the 27-inch inner tubes, but I just didn't like that Schrader valve tube. So I put some Presta valve 700Cs, and they fit just fine. This bike, woof, other than the paint, guys, it shifts beautifully. Triple chainring, 6-speed, friction shifters. Bike's just a cool old bike. This is a 1987 Cannondale ST400. Remember, guys, I got this one for what, $40, and beautiful 600 series headset, Shimano 600 calipers, 600 shifters, rear derailleur and front derailleur. So the bike's just really cool old school stuff. Took off the saddle and put on the saddle that came off my Felt. So overall, guys, both these retro bikes are done. I love working on them. It's just kind of like, I don't know, good therapy. Just working on your old bikes, getting them running again. The bottom bracket tools are coming in for the Felt. I should get them tomorrow or Saturday. So I'm going to fix that loose bottom bracket. As you can tell, it has a ton of movement in it. But once I get that bottom bracket fixed, this bike's going to be in exceptional condition. So I don't know if I'm going to sell it. I kind of like the retro look, and I kind of like that, I didn't put a lot of money in these bikes. A lot of the parts, except for the Cannondale's tires and tubes, were parts I already had. On this bike, I had the tires. All I ordered on this bike so far was the cassette and the saddle. Everything else, the water bottles, the cages, the bags, is stuff I've had from bikes, previous bikes. So not having to put a lot of money into them is what really also makes it kind of fun. There's an extra front wheel, a pump trigger. I didn't show you, I also have a pump installed. It's one of those Pro Tool pumps with extension on it. So it's a good Presta valve pump. This might just be a really nice commuter. It is a 54 centimeter. And it turns out the Cannondale is also a 54 centimeter, not 52s like I had hoped they were. As you can see, I don't really have a lot of extension on the saddle, but then again, this is a horizontal top tube bike. So it's a traditional frame, exactly like the Felt. The Felt is also a horizontal top tube bicycle. So I really like the way they both came out. If you guys have any questions on the old Cannondale or the Felt, let me know. But we have decided on a color. we're going to do the Cannondale in, and it's going to be a flat white, not a flat white, a semi-gloss white on it. And then we'll do the decals in red. And I'm only going to do a top tube decal, a nice old school Cannondale decal. And maybe the head tube, even though the head tube did have the original old school head tube, I painted over it like a dummy. I should have masked it, but I didn't. I was just so eager to get the bike going. And but it's done now. And it's very functional. Those 27 by 1.25 are nice and wide. I think they measure out to a 28 mil. So they just stuff in nicely, and the back just stuffs in nicely. So I'm pretty happy with it. Hopefully everything will work out great. And maybe I'll get some family members who might otherwise not have a bike. It's a couple extra road bikes in the family. So how many road bikes does I make? Like 6 road bikes now? 6 or 7. Oh, getting crazy again. Anyways, retro bikes, inexpensive builds. Everything's cool. You know, even though the saddle's low on it, it's got this huge extension right here, which is almost, what, 1.5 inches? No, maybe 1 inch. So from the tip of the saddle to the top tube is 7 inches. So that's actually pretty good, you know, for a 54 centimeter. And it tracks super straight, guys, super straight. Man, if it had a nice paint job, this bike would be bitching. But it's nice and retro. I'm glad I put the Presta valves in, because the Presta valves look so much nicer than the old Schrader valves. Okay, guys, enough. I got to get some rest. Work tomorrow. Hope everybody enjoys this video.